So in today's news, Sean Diddy Combs has been collected. I don't know if collected is the word or
collected.
Y'all don't like collected?
No, don't you know what
gathered? Do y'all like gathered?
No, he was literally arrested.
No, yeah, he walked in.
I tried to make it easy.
You say what it is.
No, he went down there.
The fam was arrested.
They grabbed Diddy Combs and they collected him.
I tried to make it a little bit better.
Sample.
I tried to make it a little bit better.
Diddy Combs.
Fam was arrested.
He does not deserve to make it look better.
I'm sorry,
man.
They arrested him.
Let's start this segment over.
All right, y'all. So in the news, Sean Diddy Combs was arrested.
He is officially in federal custody.
He is in custody. And the indictment from the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York charges Combs with 3 counts: racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
And a whole lot of baby oil.
A whole lot of baby oil.
Hey, this is what I got to say about that real
like
quick.
300 gallons
baby oil?
of it.
He had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Man, whatever they said he did that shit.
Just off the baby oil.
Man, listen,
alone.
ain't no man supposed to have
Nobody.
1,000. Nobody is supposed to own or possess 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
He had a silo.
Look,
A silo
I could go
load?
to the drugstore right now and be like, I need all your baby oil, and I'm not getting 1,000 bottles. Not
You
for-
won't even get 100.
Yeah.
That's a collection.
Yeah.
He had fine exotic baby oils.
Man.
Check this out, man.
I wonder if he had a special room for it.
I don't know, man. When you
Go
got
on
that
in.
much bread, you might have a room.
Go on in the baby oil room.
Hey, I see somebody.
Are you stupid?
type-
That's stupid. The
I
baby
seen
oil
somebody
room.
type that
That's stupid.
P. Diddy made sure wasn't nobody's but dry.
He's being a good host.
Hey, it's your butt ashy. Come on into the baby oil room.
Take that.
Oh, no, it gets worse and worse. Oh,
Your butt ain't ashy, is it? Come on into the baby oil
He
room.
made sure it wasn't nobody's
it's
but
like, you look like your butt
dry.
might be a little
Hey,
ashy.
listen, man.
Go in there. We get you some.
Can I get back to the? Can I get back to the news, y'all?
Let's get back to
Yeah.
this.
Combs, 54, pleaded not guilty to charges in court Tuesday afternoon. He was denied bail and will remain in federal detention. A federal judge ruled.
You can't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil and get granted bond.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
I'm sorry.
He
The
is a
baby
flight
oil
risk.
is enough for you. You might mess around, just slide on out of town before it's time.
Straight up, man.
All that baby oil.
Slip and slide.
That's why the oil and petroleum prices are so high.
Diddy out here doing the most.
They're hogging.
Hey, yo, check.
The Diddy pipeline out here.
Yeah, the baby oil pipeline.
Pipeline is
Like,
just-
is it glazed with baby oil? Like what?
Man, he's glazing.
Yo,
Oh,
check
man.
this out, man. This is via CNN. I like to cite my sources, but in particular, the indictment accuses Combs of leading a criminal enterprise with other associates and employees. Alleges he hosted drug-fueled freak-offs with victims and sex workers. It says it notes instances of physical and sexual abuse and illuminates what law enforcement found in March raids of his homes. So, man, listen, here's my question, right? Here's my
What is your question?
So,
Why did he have so much baby oil?
first of all, here's my question in real time, right? Real life. How nervous are you?
I've never been over to his house, so no, I'm
Man,
not
but
nervous
this ain't
at
about
all.
you. I know you ain't been over there. This ain't about you. Nobody over here has been
Let me
over
be
there. This ain't about
nervous,
y'all. This ain't about y'all. What I'm saying is, how nervous are people that have been associates of this young man and for the past 25, 30,
Because he got taped, so
30
they should
years.
be very nervous.
Yeah.
that part? Because here's my thing. You may have been just at a baby oil party and didn't realize it was a baby oil party.
He's at the freak off.
You know, these are VHS. I'm sure they have VHS
Man, he
tapes.
got VHS. He probably got beta
VHS.
tapes.
Come on, man.
He probably got DATs.
So if Jay, we're gonna use Jay Moore as example.
Well,
So-
where are you making this example?
I'm not putting you out there. We just use you
Okay.
as an example.
All
This is
right.
an example. I'm not implicating Jay
Calm
Moore.
down.
It's my boy. I'm not implicating. Let's say Jay Moore is at a Diddy party and he got like a Crown and Coke. He over in the corner though, and this is a baby oil freak off, right? Like, do they come back? Do they come back and get Jay Moore now because he was at a baby oil freak?
307.
Bro, do they come back and get Jay Moore now?
They come back and
because
be
he was
like-
at the baby oil freak off with a Crown and Coke.
So when you were at this party How many bottles of baby oil had Mr. Combs
That's
accumulated at that time?
You have to answer that if you were there.
I'd be like, I'm sorry, I did not go into the baby oil room. I got my Crown and Coke. I said hello to a few people, and I got my.
And
Coke
I left.
and
I got my. Yes, I left.
No, they definitely. He has a racketeering charge.
Yo,
Yeah.
So they're probably trying to put together
They said also
a RICO
trafficking.
or something.
Trafficking as well.
Trafficking.
So if somebody's involved in these videos, it's gonna get messy.
my boy, one of my homies who's actually is a lawyer said, I cannot remember the term that he told me, but he's a risk for
Light risk.
That's it.
Yeah,
where he
it's-
could
can slip
dip
and
or
slide,
whatever.
man.
He's like, nah, they keeping him, Mike. He said they keeping him up. I
Yeah.
see what you
He
did.
messing around and slide over the valley with Russell Simmons. And we
Man,
never see him again.
he said
I was actually kind of shocked that he didn't leave the country because, to be honest, I've seen videos of people that have come out and said that this was coming. So
Yeah, he knew it was coming. That's
so-
actually why he made his way to New York.
True.
Because evidently he had been cooperating with the law and he was supposed to turn himself in. But they ran up on him before it was time for him to turn himself in.
I see.
There's people saying that he was out at restaurants. I saw a picture with him and like
people-
G-Dep and somebody else. So he's really out here dapping people up and trying to have that last campaign or whatever. But nah, fam, he in his heart he knew he was whitewater rafting and all this other stuff.
No, I
Who
don't think,
does that?
I don't
Like,
think he knew. I think he thought he would be arraigned. There'd be an indictment, but I don't think that he thought he would be remanded to custody. I do.
You
not.
don't think so?
No, because if you thought that was going to happen, you'd have been gone. You'd have been like,
That's
speak to
fair.
my
That's
attorneys.
fair.
You know,
That's fair.
I mean, maybe there's going to be, they said they're going to appeal this, and I don't know if he's already surrendered his passport. What makes this really
He
bad?
actually surrendered the passport a few months ago.
Okay.
They said, yeah.
Okay. So, then there's that. But at the same time, you got bread. You can get on a plane.
When there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
I
So,
heard that.
and from what I didn't read the whole thing like I did the last time. It's just weird when I did read it. They put all his aliases into the paperwork. Except for, I think, Diddy, which I thought was weird. I was like, okay, was he not doing freak-off baby oil parties when he was Diddy?
Man, they was covering it on the news.
Oh,
and
no, I'm
said-
sorry. Maybe I think it was Puff. One of his
Daddy.
names, they didn't throw in there. They said Brother Love, Diddy, PD, all those things.
They were saying freak offs on the
P. Diddy,
news,
Puff-
which is
Puff
crazy.
Daddy.
to
Papa
me.
Diddy Pop, whatever.
Yeah.
He was in there, but like this is what makes it so where at one point maybe people would have had a little bit of sympathy for him. But that Cassie video,
Yeah, that was it.
that's to the point where it's like, all right, dog, honestly, if you have to do a few nights in jail before your lawyer can figure this out, that's just what you got to do.
That was damning. He
It's
honestly,
off
I
the
mean,
video.
and he had the opportunity to pay her off, so that wouldn't even have never came to light.
That's ego, though. That's ego.
Yeah, that ego got his
That's
ass.
ego.
I think it's ego and a couple of other things. Like when Cassie's lawyers, they were very shrewd when they did this because they didn't just sue him personally. They sued Revolt. They sued Bad Boy. They sued all his distributors. I think it was like Atlantic and Interscope. They sued all these other larger corporations who have insurance and are like, no, we don't want this to go any further. People always say, well, why did he settle so fast? He must be in admission of guilt. It's like, no, when you're dealing with these billion-dollar entities, talking about TV stations and multinational conglomerates, they're not looking to drag things out over $30 million or what's not even $30 million is what it's been reported in some places. They'll be like, just cut our check so we can move on, have her sign a non-disclosure agreement, and perhaps we can move on because that's just how these things work. But Diddy has so much other stuff out there that, while these companies are able to move on, he personally cannot. Like I said, I think I expressed it when we talked about the initial, especially when the Cassie video comes. I don't feel any sympathy at all for Sean Combs. I think
Nor
he's
do I.
exactly where he belongs. We're talking about a history of violence. They talk about they fought on a bunch of AR-15s,
Yeah.
narcotics.
Yeah.
If it's a similar situation where there was a certain level of sexual abuse and sexual assault,
And trafficking.
he
Trafficking is-
then no,
trafficking is
he can't-
crazy,
They
bro.
can't let him out. He's going to have to sit in, whatever jail he's in New York until trial. Just the same way R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein. People always like to be like, well, what about Harvey Weinstein? He's in jail, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They got him too. But I think there is like I said, I think. There are a lot of people that were hoping to get to a point where like, man, if I could just get invited to a Diddy party and like you didn't expect there to be all that baby oil there, but you thought it was going to be a nice situation where you was going to have a good time and because I remember just going back from the 90s, from his ascension, it was like, oh, go to his house in Hampton, and it was a big deal to go to a white party, and that's whenever you heard that thing grown and sexy, that was something that they stole from Puff Daddy in one of his first big industry parties after he became, the man, if you will, and so there are a lot of people that aspired. It was like, man, if I could just get to a Diddy party, I know I've made it. So there's going to be some people on those tapes that's going to have something to answer to. And why would you record yourself doing crimes? I wonder that not just for Puff Daddy, but just anybody who records themselves doing crime.
Well, it's because they're in a position that they think that they're more powerful than the law or these people that you're partying with. And if he propositioned these people or drugged them, essentially, and made them do things, and now they're coming to, so to speak, and want to get paid for it at the end of the day, because that's what it boils down to. It's either they want to get paid,
he has blackmail on them,
or they're going through mental situations where it just keeps replaying in their head possibly, and this is the only way that they can get payback. There's a lot of people that are elated that he's in jail right now because
Aubrey O'Day.
Yeah, they've
all of Danny Kane, basically.
That's tough.
What was Dirty Money?
Dawn Richard. She just sued him.
Yeah, she did. And then what was the other chick's name?
I think that was Aubrey, the blonde from Danny Kane.
No, not
Aubrey's the main one that's been going.
She
after.
in
Dirty Money, it was the two. It was Don, and there was another one.
I think she was on Love and Hip Hop. I don't remember.
But she wasn't in Danny Kane though.
No, she wasn't in Danny Kane, but she was trying to distance herself from that lawsuit that Don had brought about. But it's coming to light now that Puffy had called her 56 times in the past few days or so. Pretty much, I don't know if he's trying to make sure that she stays on that
part,
or if he's coercing her into, who knows what's going on.
That part.
Anyway, this stuff is all recorded and it's been tracked. So it's almost like he's digging himself a bigger hole, and that baby oil ain't gonna get him out of it.
Can't slip out of this one.
That's a hole the baby oil is not going to get you out of.
Nah. Can't grease yourself up and slide out of this one, bro.
No amount of wriggling. Not
at all. No matter what no wiggle room on this one, bro. It's a wrap.
So, and it's starting to all make sense. When he wanted everybody to, I'll give you your publishing or whatever back. You just got to sign these non-disclosure agreements. And of course, Aubrey's the one who's like, nope.
Man, Day 26 got non-disclosures. All of them got non-disclosures.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Did they for real? Mm-hmm. They were dope, by the way. So shout out to them. But man, these non-disclosures and all these stories, and we're old enough to know that the quote unquote cloud that's been over his head, it's preceded the last 2 or 3 or pre-COVID years. We've grown up knowing that people have said this stuff for years. It's just to see it in real time. We're old enough to see it come to fruition.
Honestly,
that's crazy to see it actually come to fruition.
I'm gonna say no. I didn't know that Diddy was up to this wild till probably about 3, maybe 4 years ago.
Nah, I'm gonna go more than that.
I didn't know he was a junkie and a woman beater.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, see, I didn't know all that until, I hadn't heard all these stories about how he, hit Kim Porter and how they had this fly in a plastic surgeon. I didn't know about him, being a pillhead and having to get IVs. Bro, I just don't pay attention.
There's been so many interviews from people that I've deemed clout chasing or
is Gene Deal, is he one of them?
Gene might be one. Choke No Joke might be one. These are people that I've deemed that have been clout chasers in the past, and this precedes the last 2 or 3 years. They've been talking about this dude for years. And now, when I look at it now at face value, I'm like, damn, this is a lot of stuff they was talking about. Jaguar,
right? But the thing about it is, a lot of these
she come off as crazy sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even not just her, a lot of these people that are being paid to talk to about certain situations, it's almost like, why are you always discussing these situations? Are you making some of this up? Like, it doesn't seem like all of it's legit, and then comes find out all of it's not legit. So it's hard to, believe 100% of what they're saying.
Well, no, I mean,
that's fair.
I think with the Choke No Go Joke and Gene Deal, the thing is, like, I've been hearing about Puff Daddy being on, some homosexual type stuff since the 90s. Okay,
Facts.
Like that's not something like
Facts.
I wasn't paying attention to Diddy being on homosexual stuff in the 90s.
I
missed that.
Because that's why Wendy Williams got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
is because she was talking about, and this is when Puff Daddy was Puff Daddy and family Puff Daddy, and she got run out of New York because, you know, it was like, no, we can't afford the lawsuit that's coming. You
and we talking about somebody on a prominent radio station.
Yeah, she was on Hot 97. They ran her out of town. She wound up in Philadelphia.
Facts.
You know, and so that was something that I had heard, you know, because apparently somebody had pictures of. Now, mind you, this is when people just learn how to use Photoshop 4.0 or whatever. Because I always felt like when they call celebrities gay, there's always going to be somebody that comes out and be like, yeah, he was gay with me or whatever.
Use a whole lot of baby oil.
Yeah. You know, but you never.
Tell you.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, money only supplies so much silence, especially nowadays in the era of clout chasing. But now, like I said, the stuff where I you know, him beating women, like I knew he had a violence problem against men, but you know, and that's just, it is what it is. Sometimes a dude will say something when you got to check him. But like when
that Cassie video changed the game.
That just said, oh, and then when he tried to say, you know, I think the thing that bothered me the most, and I think I spoke on it one time before, was like, oh, so you have a substance abuse problem, but you are trying to actively sell liquor to the community, you know, and this is part of your problem, you know. So that's something that has bothered me from the time I found out about it. But all this other stuff, I was like, I can't say I knew about him just being a woman beater until, you know, Cassie came up with her lawsuit. But, you know, the thing is, if you can't get everybody, especially if for the length he's been famous, if you can't get everybody to sign a non-disclosure agreement, you might as well get nobody to sign one.
Simple as that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
yeah,
I got enough baby oil, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, like, that's just such a weird thing to have. Like,
that's what they told us that he had. So
wait till the rest of the stuff come out.
Probably a whole lot of odd other,
because that's just in his LA home
that he have.
You know, because he got a place in New York. How much baby oil does he have? He's bi-coastal with the baby oil.
Might be baby powder in the New York.
You know, it's
crib.
probably cheaper if you buy it in bulk.
Yeah,
I hate Long.
Yeah,
like, it's probably on his rider too. So everywhere he went,
I hate him.
He was receiving bottles of baby oil.
So he'd be backstage and be like, yeah, put that in the van.
I hate y'all, man.
He got the lavender kind. He got the
This is stupid.
the limited edition ones.
He might even have like flavored baby oil.
That's what I'm saying.
I guarantee you he got some of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, you know what's this?
Can we please move on?
No, this was messed up. I was less disturbed by all the guns than I was by 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
No, that's what I'm saying. When they said 1,000 bottles of baby, oil, whatever they said he did
it.
He did that.
Yeah.
And can you imagine going to a store and like you just need some baby oil for your baby?
Like, I don't have 1,000 of anything except for records. But besides that, like,
Maybe dollars.
yeah, well, okay, but you know, but imagine like, you know, you go in somebody's pantry and they have like 700 cans of green beans.
That's what you came up with to compare.
No,
compare
But
this
think
to?
about it. That's like that's the level.
Yeah,
of
that
it.
is weird.
It's
That's
like,
weird.
Like
That's weird.
anything.
Like, why do you have this much baby
That's
oil?
weird.
Yeah, and you would literally have to have somewhere to store that much baby oil.
Like he has a nice sized home out in California,
It have to be
but like that means
temperature controlled room.
You have
too,
dedicated-
because
What are-
you don't
what are we
spoil it.
doing?
you've
we doing
dedicated
here?
a section of the house to
Time
baby
out,
oil
man.
and baby oil only.
Time out. What are we?
It's a
Terry
willing-
said a temperature control.
You don't want your baby oil to get too warm or too cold.
It's temperature
Oh my
controlled.
God, a temperature control room for the baby.
Might
oil.
even be in a clean room. We don't know.
Oh my God, man.
It's a whole lot of oil and going
Because like
on.
just imagine like you
He'd be
know
massaging.
you just
I remember that song. He'd be massaging.
Listen, man.
just imagine you go to somebody's house and you know it's like hey you know bathroom is upstairs. You're like cool, and then you open the door and there's just a room full of baby oil and you're like
Yeah, I'm disturbed.
I'll
They
be
had a
like
sale at Costco.
Yeah, I'm not going to the
even
bathroom.
Costco's
here,
like
fam.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah, it'd be different if you go over somebody's house that like, you know what I'm saying, they coupon, so they got a stockpile of stuff.
Right.
You're not gonna see 1,000 bottles of anything in that stockpile.
Hey, yo, Playboy, let me get 2 skids of that baby oil real quick.
Yeah, I think
We're
I'm
going to take that to the car.
That's when I call the police. If you go
That's what you call the police.
exactly you can't be using baby oil for moral and legal purposes.
What
if
if
you have 1,000 bottles of baby oil all at one
This
time?
is about to be.
Hold up.
This is about to be.
What you guys have seen?
This is about to be.
You guys have seen the movie Old School, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You know the scene where they're wrestling?
in the pool. Yeah.
Maybe you need 100 bottles of baby oil for some
1,000.
1,000.
Well-
Maybe it's like a tag team event.
That actually
What is it
might
gonna
be
go on
part
for-
of the freak off.
For 3 and
You
4
know what?
days at a time.
1,000
You might be right.
bottles. It might have been part of the freak off. He feels a a little tub full of the oil.
but-
they get around there and
But-
roll around in the oil.
But I feel like at this point, can't you buy it? Can't you like buy like a
Larger
keg of
sizes?
it? Like a
Well,
keg.
they don't have kegs of baby oil. What are you talking? You can't. Yeah, let me get a keg of that.
barrel?
No, they don't sell barrels of oil. Yeah, let me get a barrel of that lavender baby oil real
Sam's
quick.
Club, Costco size or something. I don't know.
Like a family-
anyway,
a
it's
family
disturbing
size.
for somebody to have that many bottles of anything.
Facts.
I'm just saying.
I don't care if it's hot sauce. That's too much damn hot sauce.
Well, I don't know. I kind of want to.
You don't need 1,000 bottles of hot sauce. No, you don't. No, you
What
don't.
if they're all different? With
No,
different flavors.
There's nobody needs 1,000 bottles of hot sauce.
Okay, I'm gonna start
Jay Moore does it.
a new Patreon.
Terry
where
does it.
I
Lone
buy
does it.
1,000
He be grilling.
hot sauces.
He don't need 1,000
You can
bottles.
be on that show Hot Ones where they sit there and interview people.
Even they don't have 1,000 bottles of
They
hot
might.
sauce.
They might have 1,000.
I might start collecting just for you.
You're gonna stack them up here in the corner. Yeah, that'll work.
You know what? They have not taken off the internet for some reason that they probably should. Well, it's too late. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you remember there. Puff Daddy had a song off his second album, Forever, featuring R. Kelly called "Satisfy You."
Yeah, I remember that.
And like basically,
the Club Nouveau beat.
yeah, and basically
Good
this
call.
this video is that could be entered as evidence. You know,
I mean, one of them already in jail.
Well, I mean,
True.
Interesting.
yeah. So I'm like, there were so many clues here.
He be massaging.
They both in there looking kind of greased up, so I think they had some baby oil on set.
You know they did.
Just saying.
Does baby oil
Look,
go
man.
bad? Has he been collecting it for a while?
I'm stopping here.
Maybe he has some
I mean,
vintage.
it's part
No,
of
no,
petroleum.
no, no.
It's
This is
a petroleum-based
There's enough.
product.
That's enough,
Petroleum is extracted from the ground
Bro,
from
that's-
dinosaurs.
bro. That's enough.
Fossil fuels, essentially.
That's enough.
So I would
No,
imagine
I
that
mean-
it doesn't go bad.
Well,
no,
gas
because
goes
gasoline
bad.
goes bad.
Gas goes bad.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It loses its potency.
Yeah.
Bro.
But what if he had like, I got this 98 baby oil if you would like to get down.
Bam, 98
Like,
baby
vintage.
oil.
This is baby oil from my first
Stop.
album.
I don't know. I think it might still work. It's still greasy.
Maybe the consistency changes.
Once again,
or
temperature
like
controlled room.
like the characteristics of its makeup maybe changes.
Well, y'all please stop, man.
He is the finest of the finest.
Yeah. Maybe it's a baby oil that we don't have access to,
Yeah,
and you
it's
have to
like-
stack this baby oil because it's in short supply.
It's
Well,
like
y'all
wine.
please
It's
stop.
like the wine version of
Like
baby oil.
we just would think, okay, Johnson Johnson, whatever, who make baby oil, like maybe there's some specialized, there's a baby oil that we don't know about.
Will
yeah,
y'all
it's that
please
bad
stop?
boy formula.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
Okay.
first of all, he's the one with the baby oil. He need to stop.
Yeah, man.
Will y'all stop?
Can't
he
stop,
stopped.
won't
Can't stop. See?
I hate you.
Yeah,
I
maybe
hate
he should have
you.
stopped. He should
I hate
have. That's
you.
where he should have stopped.
I
Is with
hate
all that
you.
damn baby oil.
I hate you. Listen, man.
I know one place he don't need that
baby oil is in
where he at.
New York lockup.
Yeah, he don't need it in there.
They're gonna
I
send
thought I
it.
told you that we don't stop. I thought I told
I mean,
you
if
that
you
we
do,
don't
if
stop.
it's federal, they got to send you to Rikers Island. He's gonna have a hard time in Rikers
Oh,
Island.
wait.
especially if you
It's
get
all messed up now, right?
It's all
So what you gonna do now?
Yeah. What I'm gonna do now in the hole? What I'm gonna do now?
This is so bad, man. Damn.
It's
Bam
like
going-
we
Bam
making
going to the
light
hole.
of it, but it's like this is not so
No,
much
he
tragic.
deserved-
Not tragic for him. I do feel for his kids,
Yeah,
but
he
you know
get
what?
he
Even
deserved.
before his kids, all the people he victimized,
Yeah, for sure.
because
We don't know
that's
if the kids were at the parties.
yeah. Well, sure. Like, that just make you a bad parent too.
That's
But,
just sick
Now
and
listen.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Man, listen, that dude deserve everything he getting for being foul. I have no sympathy for that. Shout out to his, like you said, the shorties. That's different.
But like if you talk
But-
about all the women and men
Yeah.
who have been victimized,
Yeah, he about to be.
because if you're gonna do freak offs, you like it. Make sure everybody is a consenting adult.
Yeah,
and
for
don't
sure.
don't give them a bunch of pills and Ciroc and
Yeah,
and
that's
then
foul.
videotape them.
Come on, man.
Come on now.